This is for the review on the immune system. I'm just going to go over the review sheet and the answers. Where are the weapons of the immune system found? Well, they're found circulating in our blood, which circulates through the circulatory system. Okay, all of the major fighters are found within the blood, our blood. Who are the soldiers that help fight against disease? Those are the white blood cells. White blood cells are vital to fighting and combating disease and pathogens. One component of white blood cells are phagocytes, and what does the word phagocyte mean? It means a big eater. They're the ones that will eat the pathogens and they will dissolve within themselves. What is an unknown invader of the body called? Remember, this was pathogen, in other words, a germ, but we don't use the word germ, we use pathogen. Not only are white blood cells located in the blood, but they are also located in what? That is lymph. Okay, lymph is a clear liquid that also circulates throughout the lymphatic system. What exactly does lymph do? Well, it provides nourishment for our cells, for our body. It removes poison, and it also destroys pathogens. What is the purpose of lymph nodes? Remember, lymph nodes are located at various parts of your body. Some major lymph nodes are in your neck and also under your armpits, but they're also located all throughout. And the purpose of lymph nodes is just basically to collect the waste that is carried by the lymph. It's almost like a drop-off station. What are antigens? Antigens are just basically markers. So if you can associate the word antigen with marker, it's like a code. Okay, every organism, every pathogen has an antigen marker on it. And what do antigens do? They basically tell our body and the bodies of basically any living thing that this does not belong, and we need to send out our troops, our white blood cells, to fight against this. Okay, so if we ingest a pathogen, our body is going to know because of its antigen marker, because of the pathogen's antigen marker. Now, these words are very closely associated by their spelling, but they're very different. An antibody is a molecule that are made within our own bodies, and they are custom designed so that their ends will fit on an antigen marker. Okay? Antibodies are not something that's found out in the environment. They are made and manufactured within our body, and they fit on the antigen markers of invading pathogens. Now, what does an antibody do to the pathogen? It destroys it. Once it correctly fits onto the antigen marker, it's almost like it disables it. It shuts it down, it pulls the plug, and the pathogen is no longer harmful to our bodies. Now, if we have these antibodies that can do this, why in the world are we getting sick? Well, we get sick because this isn't like an automatic response. As soon as a pathogen enters our body, sometimes it takes the antibody a long time to figure out the exact design that it needs to make to fit on that antigen marker of the invading pathogen. So in the meantime, we actually get sick. Okay. Now this next section is on bacteria. You're going to need to know the 3 shapes of bacteria. I kind of drew them down here. Bacilli is the rod shaped, and I kind of drew like a rectangle. It's shaped like a rod. Cocci is shaped like a circle. And Spirilli, or Brilia, you can kind of remember that as spiral, shaped like a little curly Q, like a spiral. Those are the three basic shapes that pretty much all bacteria fall into. Now, what do bacteria eat? There's a couple different types of eaters within the bacteria kingdom. First, we have our heterotrophs, and heterotrophs eat other organisms, other microbes, and then autotrophs, they make their own food. They don't have to go out and find it. They are able to make their own. Now, you're going to have to be able to explain some advantages and disadvantages of bacteria. Now, I have 3 disadvantages, but if we can list 2, that would be fine by me. Some of the advantages of bacteria. First off, many bacteria actually give us medicine. Okay, we're able to combat a lot of diseases and create vaccines for diseases based on some bacteria. So there are some benefits in that field. Of course, we have our yummy yogurt and cheese. Okay, these contain bacteria that can actually help our bodies, especially now in yogurt. You hear about that YoPlate, that YoPlus for digestive health. Well, as soon as you eat that, you're eating live bacteria that actually help within our intestines to digest our food properly. And then finally, it helps with decomposition. And this is kind of a complicated process, but really all that you need to know is that bacteria helps to release nitrogen out in the environment, and that actually helps with the decomposition process of a lot of plants. Some disadvantages are kind of obvious. The first one being that we get sick, okay? We get strep throat, we get sore throat, we feel crappy because of a sickness. Now, I want you to be able to name at least one illness that's due to a bacteria, and just think back to your wanted poster. And then the other disadvantage, it's kind of hidden here, is called red tide. And we're going to talk about this in class, but red tide occurs in lakes. And you don't really have to know the process, but it's dangerous because it kills fish, which will actually destroy a lot of the habitat within the lake. So it's a natural occurring thing. It is not caused by humans or anything that we do. It just occurs naturally because of the bacteria that is found in the lake.